Hello, welcome to my new podcast called The Middle Class Survival. This podcast is basically being created because I still work at a factory warehouse setting for a $62.93 billion paint company. I'm not going to mention the name, but I wanted to make a podcast as like a medium to talk about what I see going on in our side of the industry and where the economy is, and like how, if you're in the middle class, you have to survive in 2023. Right now it's November, we're going into 2024. I think that in this past 2023, I have seen more and more people that work at least 40 hours a week, 36, 40 hours a week, start their own startup on the side than I ever had before. People that normally probably wouldn't and could get by, and just for transparency, I make close to $32 an hour. I think it's like 31.50 or something like that, 31.83 or something like that an hour, which comes out to 60 something $1,000 a year. 2, 3, 4 years ago, that would have been an awesome income. But I can tell you that if I just relied on that income today, where groceries and everything have gone up from inflation, me and my family wouldn't be able to make it. Like, we would make it, but it would be tight, right? It would be so tight. If you got any debt, I mean, you might as well just write off being able to pay off any debt, right? For this whole year, overtime has pretty much been non-existent in a factory setting, where, which many factories have a lot of overtime. What has brought up this podcast is that for the second time this year, this $63 billion market cap company has done a second layoff, voluntary layoff. Okay. The writing on the wall. Okay. If a company they have no orders, they have no customers ordering product, they can't continue paying employees just for doing nothing, sitting around, they start by doing a voluntary layoff. Well, the writing on the wall next is layoff or get rid of a bunch of people that they don't need to just fill orders that they need. So, writing on the wall right now in my situation, and I'm sure many others out there right now, is there's going to be a layoff, right? There's going to be either a mandatory layoff or they're going to get rid of a ton of people. So, what does that mean for you as the middle class employee? It's time to start making your own money. It's time to start figuring out ways to make either extra money to put back in case of that time, so you have time to find another job and you're okay. Um, Time to start making extra money just to pay down debt, so when the time comes, you don't get behind on your bills and your credit gets screwed up. This is the reason for this podcast. This will be the first episode of just like introducing the podcast. There's not going to be any editing. It's just going to be like straight up upload, and then we're gonna rock it. The middle class survival, I guess, is what I came up with. Middle class survival guide, as I am doing it myself. What I have done this past year is I've really pushed my pressure washing side hustle into a business. It's actually insured now and stuff like that. And I make videos on my main channel about that. Not looking great in the middle class world as far as work goes. You're going to be seeing, and I've been seeing it all year, a lot of people losing their jobs, getting laid off. They're saying their work out there, but there really is no work out there. So they go start like a lawn care company, pressure washing, detailing business, tinting business, mobile detailing. I've been seeing a plethora, landscaping. I've been seeing a plethora of people that have never done side hustles or anything like that in the past, starting a business, which is crazy, right? It's getting more towards the point, I think, in the economy where, and this happened in '08, where I didn't really feel it because I'm a little bit on the younger end, but I've been told by people that were working at that time, right? Like, I was still in school, I'm pretty young, but like I have made it my point in life to not repeat and make generational wealth for my family. Nobody's done it. Nobody's going to do it that I've seen. I'm going to be the first, right? So I'm constantly learning, joining different mastermind groups and stuff like that, and learning. And many people have said in '08, you would start seeing what we're seeing right now. What I have seen this past year is a bunch of people will start doing side hustles, selling stuff, going and flipping things, trying to find any way to make extra money because things get too high, right? And this time, what's different this time than '08 that I think a lot of people have talked about that I've watched and stuff is you've got massive inflation, like groceries, man. The average cost of milk is like $2 is like $4.29, right? You used to could get a gallon of milk for dollar 50 maybe. I mean, you've got groceries have 100%ed in price, right? Not 50%, 100%. You got to pay. Let's say you bought a gallon of milk for $1. Gallon of milk now is over. That will be $2. Will be 100% increase in price. Now it's $4 average cost across the U.S. Blows my mind that people say that there's not inflation, man. I still don't. It's like you don't see what's going on here. Like used to, you could go in and get a buggy's worth for 100 $150. Now you go in 100 $150. It's like a fourth of a buggy, not even worth of groceries. So I see the writing on the wall. And if you agree with me, comment below and hit the like button if you don't mind. Let's get this podcast going. I'm just going to be posting probably once a week or something. Any topics I see, anything I see here and there. I have been signing up for the winter months right now. In November, I have been selling Christmas light installation. I've seen tons of new ones, and I'm part of that movement, right? I've seen tons of other companies do it, like lawn care, pressure washing, tons of other companies, landscaping, doing it for pennies on the dollar. I charge a premium price because I hold my quality above everybody else's and my time, but um, it's going crazy right now, man. Christmas installation is what I'm into right now. I've also been signing up for gig apps like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart. I've signed up for Amazon Flex, TaskRabbit, Draver, Freight Driver, Roadie Driver, Delivered. And I think there's one more I'm not seeing, but I've been signing up for all these delivery apps and I've got approved for a bunch of them because I'm preparing myself for what's around the corner, right? After the beginning of the year, when these companies evaluate where they're at, and right now, again, at my particular $63 billion market cap company, they're doing a voluntary layoff. In my head, it's like, okay, they're either going to let go of a ton of people, and I've got some time there. I think I just now hit my 5 year mark there, so I got a little bit of time. I'm not as worried, but these guys that's only got like 1 2 years at this factory, they may just be like, all right, bye. You know what I mean? And this may be the case for where you're at. If there's rumors of layoffs, not that they're already doing voluntary, but if you're working at a place and there's rumors of layoffs, there's going to be a layoff. I'm going to tell you right now. Most of the time, they're not just rumors, and somebody has said something to somebody and they just can't hold it in, so it gets passed down and around. That's how that works. If there's rumors of layoffs, there's going to be a layoff. This has happened twice where I work, where there's started as a rumor, and now this is the second voluntary layoff. People are taking it. A lot of people close to retirement are taking it, that's cool, right? Okay. People that can work can still work. But what we're seeing in my industry is there's no orders. So even after laying people off, there's still not enough to do for everybody. So after January 1st, these companies are going to look and be like, oh my gosh, we got to cut our employees by like 20, 30% because we're projecting based off last year. These aren't COVID numbers. Hopefully, this episode doesn't get taken down for saying that, but these aren't that pandemic time numbers when people were doing everything outside. based on last year, we are very overemployed. We got to go off last year's numbers. So we need to get rid of 20 to 30, maybe more percentage of our employees. We got to cut them. So you need to be preparing for that. I'm going to say you've got 2 months to prepare. What can you do in 2 months to make the most amount of money possible? All right. This is going to be it for the first episode. Hopefully, you guys agree with me. I'm just going to be uploading these podcast episodes. I've seen YouTube enable the feature, and we're going to roll with it. Okay. I hope you guys like the logo, middle class survival. See you next time. My name's Jay. If for first time seeing me, be sure to subscribe as well, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.